Okay. We left off last week. The dragons had disappeared, the portals had opened, and then stepping out of the portals were three figures. So I'll pick up from there. From the north portal, you see, dressed in all silver hair, like blue, almost white blue skin, what they call a moon elf. Even his eyes are almost a metallic silver. When I say he's you think it's a male, almost completely androgynous, but a little more towards. You see him step. I said a little more towards the masculine side of things, and he steps out of the north gate. X. There we go. That guy right there. Did that show up for everybody?
Yep.
Yep.
And then, like I said, silver robes. He's got, like, you know, the typical elven kind of curved longsword, dressed in, you know, silver and gold. And then from the other two gates, I will let our new player describe what you see.
Okay, so let me pull her up so I know what I'm talking about. She's quite tall, ASMR with full plate armor. Her skin is a little bit more on the blue tinge. Probably comes from her celestial parent. And she carries on her back a glowing what is this? Is it a longsword?
I thought that's what you had. The crystal shard.
Glowing shard that makes up a blade. And yeah, long silver hair. And she just walks out, looks around. I don't know if you want anything else done before I talk.
Well, the other side.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the
the other one too? Okay.
Yeah, you see it as well.
Stepping out of the other gate is another ASMR. This one darker, long dark hair. Again, now see, I didn't prepare for this. Thank you.
Sorry.
Good job, Ted. What the hell?
Also wearing.
Somebody didn't understand the assignment.
Well,
I'm just joking.
I did.
I heard that song like 500 times today, so that's the first thing that popped in my head.
So the other woman steps out. She's wearing also plate mail, but dark, almost still kind of glows, but not to the same, more of like a dark glow, whereas the other silver one is like a iridescent silver type of glow. Carries a great sword strapped to her back, and she looks around. This one a little bit more on the cold side. The silver one seems to be a little bit more friendly. That makes sense.
Okay, and as this is happening, from behind the north gate, you see, kind of walking out from the forest. Doesn't look too bad. Normal size. You see Chai Tea, the Thry-Kreen, walks out, and it's kind of like walking towards the middle of the clearing where you guys are at. And
Wait. Did you just call her chai tea?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Thri-kreen. Chai tea.
Somebody's not been paying attention.
I have them fucking recorded.
Anyways, and then behind him you see V, and he's wearing like red and yellow armor. I actually forgot to get the damn picture. And they come out, and behind them is a bunch of the moon alien looking guys that you guys have seen before. I don't think Mina has seen them, so let me find them real quick. They kind of look like they look like this. And you see there's a whole bunch of them, and they're kind of filling up the clearing around you guys. As the aftermath of the battle, it's like they were falling back, and
Are we supposed? Oh, there it goes.
yeah. So the figure that's floating there in front of you, she begins to speak. At first, she looks towards the moon people, and she says, "To my children that were left here, no, it was not my decision to leave you. And your love and devotion through these centuries truly humbles me. Soon we shall have our true reunion. But for now, this shade before you doesn't have much time. But when I can return in my full form and hold you all in my embrace, that love you showed me shall be returned 1,000-fold." And then she turns and she looks at the Thri-kreen. She says, "Shai T, who waited under the burning sun, braving uncounted terrors as he sifted through forgotten sands, searching for the hidden truth. The truth stands before you, and you should know all that I know. Perhaps together we will discover the things that were hidden from me as I try to undo things that never should have passed." And she looks at the dwarf. She says, "Vulcan, you hairy fat bastard. How did you get here before me? Never mind. Whatever reason, without you and these poor fate-touched warriors, a great disaster may have befell today." And she looks at the four of you, and she says, "To you four that fought so bravely, I cannot see where your journey will lead, but I know you will go places where my touch cannot reach. So to aid and protect you..." What's that?
Phrasing.
"So, to aid and protect you, I gift to you the service of one of my most loyal and true daughters. May you be guided through your forthcoming darkness by the sword of my light, Silvera Moonsong." And then she looks to Silvera. She says to you, "Go with them and bring my light to the planet below. It seems the evil we seek to uncover is tied with their destinies." And she looks to Mott, the moon elf that you saw come to the north, and she looks to, I can't remember the name now.
Is it the other one?
Yeah.
Imasi.
Amasi. And she says, "You two, go forth upon this moon and show any of the unclean things that hide and cower here. Find them and remind them who truly owns the darkness." And with that, her form dissipates.
Before it does, Silvera would drop to a knee and bow her head in reverence.
So it sounds like the other two are going to go enjoy some purging and some cleansing. I feel so left alone.
Maybe if you didn't die.
You shut the hell up.
So with that, yeah, I'll let you guys. Oh, stupid tramp. I'll let you guys interact. Now that's my little spiel.
Silvera, the lighter ASMR, walks up and says to you all, "Thank you all for breaching the cosmos that we might come. You have done a great service to us this day."
You are most welcome, lady of. Do you want to introduce like her name? I'm Rania.
Sorry?
Rania introduces herself. She's like, I'm Rania Rabavaris, and you are?
I am Silvera Moonsong, paladin and cleric of Stilun. And then she puts her hand over her heart, bows her head.
I return the courtesy. These are my fellows. Forgive their manners. This is Barrett. His full name is something complicated.
Which, of all people to like be really focused on manners, you figure it'd be Barrett.
Yeah, no shit. He's just silent. Barrett, introduce
Like,
yourself.
I'm being polite and letting the knight go first because it's really important to him. But he's just off like, no. I did the rogue thing. I don't need to be nice.
Not gonna lie, I slightly forgot how to pronounce my own name, so I was trying to think of it.
It's the brain frog from being dead for a moment. It'll be fine.
He wasn't dead. He was like the only one.
No, because he straight up died at one point.
No.
No, that was Solitaire.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We're
No.
talking about Barrett.
So how do you pronounce your name then?
It's Betterroot Le Rouge.
You gotta work on your French pronunciation.
I'm sorry, I don't speak French.
Do you spell it? Oh, wait, it's there. Oh, I can't help you.
The problem there's
The
no,
T is silent.
Hold on.
Yeah, it would be something like Federu.
Uh,
How
It'll
do
be
you pronounce the
Bedru.
cheat?
It'll be probably Bedru. I don't think there's a Bedru.
Bedru Le Rouge.
Yeah, Bedru. Blah, 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 blah.
It sounds French to me.
The problem is there's no accents, so you don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's okay. He wants to pretend he's French.
Funny thing is, I have a
It's
French last name.
It's pronounced bouquet. Sorry.
You just have to squint your eyes and mumble and throw in like fromage every now and then, and you're good. That's French.
Yeah. Oh.
Oui. Je ne parle pas français.
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second to hear it.
He got so embarrassed he had to.
he got it. He got the
Google
translator out.
It's. Hold on, one more.
Give him a second, my lady. He takes time.
It's
Funny.
He got bonked in the head pretty hard a couple times by those evil blasts. All right, while he's doing that,
It's Betero
Oh.
the Red.
Hetero.
Better route.
So don't know which tokens are whose.
Oh. Here, I'll
Okay.
show you.
So Rania is this one.
Rania?
Obviously, impeccable, flawless.
And Monsieur Bederot, or as we call him, Barrett. I don't know where that came from.
Is that Rania?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Why does it do 2?
Don't know. Maybe because it's popping up anyways, and then I'm hitting show player. Like here, I'll do Barrett. Tell me if you see it. Can you
Yep.
guys see it? Okay. See, and then I'm hitting show player after that. I didn't know that was automatically showing player. That's cool.
I like the tattoos.
Thank you.
All right. I don't want to get ahead of the introductions.
Well, I guess since I'm closer, I'll jump in before the Metal Man does. You can call me Solitaire. I am a servant of the Laughing God, and that's pretty much it.
Did I know who that is?
No,
No.
that's. Yep, you would not.
Oh, that's cool. I guess I probably should make one of those. I just hate looking at them.
If you just make the basic like color scheme, I can work around. I can like, because I've got pro, so I can like steal like cool poses from other people's stuff.
Mm. I'm just talking like in the top down. I just
Oh, it doesn't bother me to have a. At first, I was like, I want all the same style. I'm like, I don't care. There's so much cool art both ways.
Okay, so we have Rania. I don't know how to say it.
Just call him Barrett.
Barrett and Solitaire. And the rest of you?
You know. No, you wouldn't know Vulcan. Mott seems to know Vulcan, and the Thrycreen. You know what a Thrycreen is?
Yes.
Okay, he's just like it's standing like he doesn't want anything to do with anybody right now because reasons.
They're the
he just
My
had his
God.
mind completely fucking blown.
Thrycreen. They're the what? Wait, I might not know what they are. I
Ant
thought they.
people.
He's a bug people.
Oh, maybe.
He's like a bug people monk.
I'd say go back and watch the videos, but I'm pretty sure that's the one I didn't record right off the bat.
Figures. This here is Sunder. I gesture over at Sunder to introduce himself.
I just start walking over the corpse. Are the corpses of these people still here?
No, there's.
Or did they all get evaporated?
Yeah, anything that was corrupted is evaporated.
I was just gonna
there's
walk
still
over
some
them
that are
and
like,
walk on their heads, just be like, "You little asshole."
yeah, there's still like some remnants of like their clothing and rags and stuff that they.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just walk up. Hello, my name is Sunder. I'm from a land that doesn't exist anymore, going to somewhere I don't know where. Nice to meet you.
Very
You're
nice
sure-
to meet you as well.
Your sword looks very unique.
It was a gift from my goddess.
Oh, wrong guy.
Oh, cool. Is that who I'm supposed to be seeing? The robot person?
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I could duplicate that in Hero Forge, I would, but I can't.
You should
You
have
might-
that as your token, man.
Actually,
That'd be
you
awesome.
might be able to duplicate it through what is that competitor company of Hero Forge?
Oh, I can't remember. I thought about
Eldritch
it.
Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry, Eldritch Foundry. Because earlier today, Hero Forge went down for a while, and I was like, no, we're all. I started the post on the Facebook thing. We're all gonna have to go to Eldritch Foundry now.
Can we do a little rewind on my introduction?
Yeah, if you want.
And
No,
finally,
no, it's recorded. It's canon now. It happened.
Oh, I take off my helmet. You see a human. My name is Sir Bellet LaRouche. I come from the lands of Bretonia.
So this is quite the mixed party then.
Bear looks great. Nice tentacles, bro. What the fuck is that?
You see a kind of singed beard.
With frostbite.
Yes.
Yeah, the left half is burned, the right half is frostbitten.
Solitaire and I come from the same lands.
Well,
Technically.
And you. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
technically, like
You're a neighbor.
His people are more or less kind of the usurpers of the open areas, whereas we stick to the forests.
But we battled the same enemies.
Oh yeah, no, we get along fine. I'm just saying, what is yours used to be ours. So just keep that in mind.
I do.
Oh shit!
Then stupid chaos came and ruined everything, ruined all the parties and all the fun stuff. Anyways,
Should we bring this conversation somewhere else, or is
Yeah, I
there
was
something?
No, we're good.
Bloodstained deathbed of several of our team members? No? Okay.
After you guys are done with introductions, she being very polite because she is a princess. Stop! My mouse is going crazy. The frog princess comes up that Barrett rescued. And,
Spectacularly.
Oh lordy.
yeah, the buxom gal.
and she said, I don't know how to thank y'all for rescuing me. But just know if any of my people survive this corruption, and she looks at you, Silvera, and says that we will forever be devoted to the Moon Queen for saving me and bringing you to save me. I'm sorry, let me introduce myself properly. I was the princess. My father was the king. My name is Lilith von Pad the Ribbit the 30th.
Nice to meet you, Lilith. Von Ribbit.
Barrett, isn't there something in your knightly code about kissing the maiden fair that you just rescued?
No.
I'm pretty sure there is.
No.
Come on now. Give me a little. I promise I won't give you any tongue.
It's now it's an official request from a lady. I don't think you're allowed to not follow through and honor her wishes.
That's a different virtue.
I'm sure if you don't go through, it'll be the virtue of the penitent knight.
I am. Give me 1 second to read my virtues.
And And after
I
we leave
kneel
here,
down and I kiss her back of her hand.
dance, my puppet, dance.
It says always fight enemies of virtue and order. That's a commandment, actually. Bretonian Code of Chivalry. There's 7 of them. Oh, and always display honor and courtesy.
Let me show that.
So it'd be discourteous to
Yeah,
deny.
that's why. That's why I kneeled down and took her hand and kissed the back of the palm.
All right. As all this is getting wound up, Vulcan's starting to organize everybody to get teleported back to the base. He's recovered the object and the lens that you guys came to get. Also of note, the crystals that were stolen that they were using for the ritual are just gone. Like whatever power that was in them that they used were used by Saloon to do what she did. There's nothing left of those crystals.
Well, let's hop to. The goddess has commanded us to figure this out.
No. Unfortunately, it's gonna take me probably a day to get everything fixed to get you guys down to the surface. So
I'm sure we can help as much as possible, unless there's anything else for us to do.
and with that, move back to like an area where you guys can discuss in comfort what is going on. You guys end up back. You're inside the base this time. When you get back, you see a bunch of the journal entry I've got with all the art for the Fat Merlin's people is not working right. So
Still loading.
sorry. There you go.
Fancy.
Cool.
You guys are like led through, the base to like a meeting conference kind of war room area where you can discuss, what's going on, what had just happened. Mahat kind of takes the lead and he starts explaining to you guys that this isn't the first time he doesn't know what happened. Like, he doesn't know who those cultists were or what gods they're from or what they were doing, but this isn't the first time that they've had contact with this. And when he says that, he looks at Silvera and her. I'll never be able to say that name.
Massey.
Imasi. Kind of, and then says that it was, a while back this has happened, and it's becoming more frequent wherever these unknown entities are from. Seem to be trying to get a foothold into different realms that Saloon oversees as a goddess.
Yes. Unfortunately, my moon did not survive. This one was lucky to have had you. And then I pull out my blade and I say, this is the only thing left of my moon.
Yes, unfortunately, to prevent that evil from getting a foothold in the realm where Silverio's from, we were forced to destroy that moon.
And it was the same corruption that infected these other realms?
I believe so.
I'm sorry for your loss, Lady Silvera.
Thank you. It was quite devastating.
Hopefully we can bring you some measure of justice. Does
Sorry
anybody
for
here?
your loss.
Does any-
The reason I ask about corruption is just I'm wondering if there's any other influences or if it's just like the decay and rot.
Well, oh. Yeah, you guys didn't investigate. He says that it's not always the decay and rot, but it is this wild influence from another plane. From another, not even just another plane, like another set of existence. Like the cosmology of there's like the different universes that used to overlap are starting to overlap now. And this is an evil not from this the universe that you're currently in. Is all that they know.
Is that all I know?
Yes.
Yeah. I just
You
know
do
that-
you do know that it's somehow linked with these four, but that's
Because the reason I ask is that Barrett and I both have experience dealing with the entities that have done that corruption. So for this moon, for instance, we have experience dealing with the god that brought that plague and corruption, and there are 3 more gods that we know of that have their own form of corruption. I guess is the best way to put it.
Can you tell us about them? See if they're connected.
There is corn.
the god of bad rock and roll.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Korn is the blood god. Rage, murder, armed conflict. His followers crave the spilling of blood for him and for taking of skulls, and they don't care where that comes from. So whether they kill or are killed in combat, as far as they're concerned, that is offerings to Korn. What we experienced on the moon here was Nurgle, the god of pestilence. As you saw, it's all disease and decay, and actually a little bit of rebirth in there as well.
Eternal life.
Then there is Slanesh, who is
The Prince of Excess.
take hedonistic desires and amplify them to 23, and then you're not even halfway there.
And there's Zinch, the Changer of Ways. He is more of a psychic entity that has demons of sorts under his wing. And there's technically a 5th and the 6th. They're kind of minor, but they're still considered gods, quote unquote. There is Necho and Zalvasan. more of they're kind of the renegade of the dark gods. But there's not really much of history behind them.
So they're pretty new. Your realm sounds terrible, by the way.
It's not a friendly place.
No. Well, technically it is friendly, but it's most of the forces that we've named off of reside in northeastern territory and the wastelands and even in the southern area.
Would we have to fight these people in your realm?
God, I hope not.
I mean, there's a lot of shit to fight there. Like, it really depends on where you go.
And we can find what's letting them get to other realms and just stop that.
Yeah, that's one thing that is brought up. Is, there's this isn't the fact that you guys got the Athos was through a back door that had been there for a long time. It didn't cause this. Something is breaking down barriers everywhere. Like, you shouldn't even have been able to get picked up by the arena in the first place. The two of you from whatever it's called. I don't know if it's got a name or not, but
The old world.
The old world.
How the hell are we supposed to go about finding something that's breaking the realms everywhere?
Starting small. Start here and find out what happened.
What Zinch is doing.
What's his deal?
His deal is fate and change. Yeah, it's past, present, future, and every which way that he can fuck with it.
These four gods, these dark gods, do they work together?
No, well,
Oh, no.
no.
So his
They
Nargoth was on
they-
the moon.
they do and they don't.
They do for the human destruction.
Yeah, but at the same time, they've got their own rivals amongst each other, and they're always fighting against each other. But it's that eternal struggle. Like, their realm is... Like, let me kind of paint the picture here for you. So, the world we come from has many different people, many different races. And the worshippers of these dark gods tend to live, as was mentioned, in the northern wastes. But the gods themselves reside in another step beyond that. I think,
Another realm.
yeah, it's just chaos. That's what it is. It's chaos.
You think from what he's describing, would be similar to like the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of that.
Like another plane that's connected to that
The prime reality.
that prime reality. Yeah.
Well, maybe we should do a Sylvaris first and start here. But I guess we'd have to wait to get down, figure out what the heck is going on.
Where are these froggy people from?
They're also from this moon. you guys would know this, and Mott would relay this now, and you would know this. It would have been part of your, briefing from Saloon before you came. The people that kind of look like the gray aliens, they're actually, I can never remember which one's which.
Githzari?
Yeah, there's two Giths. They're actually like the psychic, the more psychic monkey kind of Gith. Not the warriors.
Are the warriors and Githzari are the monkeys.
They were a tribe of Githzari that she rescued from the astral plane and had brought them here to live and kind of, help oversee this moon. Where the frog people were not this advanced the last time Saloon was on this moon. Like, they have evolved since then, and so have the Gith into what you see here. It's been untold centuries since this planet and its moons were cut off from the rest of the multiverse.
Okay. And the princess lady asked us to help her with something?
That's kind of more what Mott and your counterpart Amasi are going to take care of, is staying on the moon, cleaning that up, trying to see if any of her people, she says that there were groups that when the corrupted priests started taking over the tribes, and getting to her father and his ear and all that, there was groups that had left to go elsewhere on the moon, and she's going to try to, reestablish the culture here and do it under Saloon instead of whatever crazy, they didn't really have any gods because there were no gods on Athos. That there was no divine magic could get here to this moon or anywhere else. You know of Fat Merlin, which is kind of who owns the base where you're at. He's like you go to a city and then there's that crazy magic shop just appears and then it's gone the next day, and then you're in another city and there it is again.
Right.
He bought all those out and franchised them and now owns this interdimensional Amazon kind of thing. And
oh jeez.
You know him as an ally that Saloon can go to. Sometimes he can get things done because he's not a god.
Right.
If that makes sense. So, yeah. So he and you. I don't know if you've ever met him, but I'm Fat Merlin. Come on down to Fat Merlin's. I'll treat you like part of the fucking family. And they all work for him. And you running around this place. That's what I couldn't get but I think I found him somewhere else. Yeah, there we go. You see these guys everywhere. Like everybody, whether they're an elf or a fairy that works here, basically, is dressed in these horrible outfits.
Kind of garish. Hard in the eyes.
Alright.
Did he get us on how we could help him with the crystals?
He said he's just going to take a day to repair it.
Yeah,
so we only have to wait 24 hours.
He's kind of one of those guys, you can help him, but anytime any of you've ever helped, somebody usually gets a wrench thrown at him. I don't know. I told you to hold the flashlight still! like helping your dad.
On the car?
Yeah, yeah, and he's a dwarf, so it's even worse.
We got a day to kill.
Right. He does stop for a while, and he comes in and like to tell you like about your next steps. Like, you guys were first sent here, everything was in a hurry. They were trying to, because of who saved you and who paid for everything. You guys were, you're on like a high priority list. When Death says, "Hey, take care of these guys," you do what he tells you to do, right?
We're VIP. Nice.
But now they've got more of a little bit of an intelligence brief, especially working with Chai T from down there. With his psychic abilities, they were able to transfer information back and forth at an amazing rate. So they know a lot more about what's going on down there. And originally they were told there was a contact that you were supposed to meet, and they have found out that his name is Professor. He looks down. Oh, let me find it here, damn it! And he's going through his little crystal tablet thingy. And, Professor Rogers, Eberron Rogers, I believe his name is. Here, I think I've got an image of him, and he pops up an image on the display screen there.
What the fuck is that?
Exorcism in progress?
Yes. Sorry,
Nice.
exorcism in progress. Please stand by.
Accompanied by Kazoos.
Damn demons get in the system. There, I'm sorry. This is the best image we have of him. He's down there. He's an archaeologist or some kind of history professor or something. He worked a deal out with Merlin to come here so he could study this place. He seems to be in the city that Chai T was going to take you to anyways. So tomorrow when we get everything running again, Chai's provided us with a location where you can beam directly into the city without having to worry about, being seen. That's why we put you a couple of miles out when we dropped you there the first time, because we didn't want you right in the city.
Something about showing up magically would not be taken too well.
Yeah, because, the magic that's there, like, pulls from their environment and destroys their already destroyed planet a little further every time somebody uses it.
Never sounds good.
Because they were cut off from the flow of magic because of the damn barrier. That place is going to be up for a rude awakening very soon.
Oh boy. Talk about cultural shock.
So Rainey's actually going to have to learn how to fight.
No, I don't. Also, I can fight. Fuck you. I hold a sword all the time.
Chai does talk once in a while, and it's like very clickety clackety roboty, like tak, 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 and he says it would be fine where you're going.
Ryan is just continuing. I'll have you know, I'm a trained warrior of the High Elven Elite. Okay?
Did you say that you hold a sword all of the time? Is that what you were saying before?
Yes!
Because holding a sword and using a sword are two very different things.
Listen, you son of a biscuit. I saved your life.
Bullshit you did. I fucking died.
Who called the god? You? Did you call the god?
I saw visions of people talking across great distances, sitting in chairs, and then I was just back from, I don't know, some seizure or something like that. But you weren't fast enough to keep up with me.
I hate it here. You heal things. Hey Ron, can you save us again?
Also, whose words were it of Solitaire? We have a runner.
Shoot him. You can kill a person with a single shot. You have multiple shots. Kill the guy. He'll stop running. I'm sorry I assumed you would have high enough intelligence being an elf. I can't.
But look on the bright side. Him running across the lake was amusing.
I agree. Until it wasn't.
Till the
I don't know. I still thought it was pretty amusing whenever he got himself covered up by a bunch of maggots. But hey,
Jesus.
So the one that was actually closest to saving my life was Sunder when he teleported me across the village. Which I guess you could, like, transitive property say that it was you because you're using him as a magic carpet. What's that? Is that silence from Rainy?
Let me just look through my spellbook real quick. Sylvira, you get used to this eventually.
Yeah,
Infuriate.
she's
All of
just
them are
looking
infuriate.
around like you guys are speaking gibberish.
He just thinks because he's older. I don't care that you're 400 years old.
I'm not 400.
Then, am I older than you?
I don't know. I have to look now.
there it is.
We already discussed this.
I'm 356.
Yeah, so you're old enough. Round it up.
I mean, 356 is a lot older than 25, so
You're 25? Oh my god, we have a child.
you're
in
a
your
little
culture,
baby.
maybe. Where I'm from, 25 is an adult. Thank you.
I am 100.
Oh,
Which
she's
is
still a
like-
baby.
Which is
Oh,
like
young
25. I saw this really interesting thing about why elves and humans don't live together. And it's like, okay, if an elf takes 100 years to mature, right? So you've got an elf baby and a human baby grow up next to each other. Like, the human's going to be 18 and, like, doing 18-year-old stuff. The elf's going to be, like, a toddler still.
A baby.
Right? Like, imagine how weird. Like, someday that elf could babysit for that human's grandkids when they're a teenager.
Well,
Sorry.
I personally, as not as Solitaire, but just myself, I've always had the view that anyone under the age of 25, I still refer to as a kid, and I've had that proven time and time again. So if Rainy is 100, which is roughly the equivalent of, like, between the 20 to 25-year-old, she's still a kid.
Shut your fucking mouth, you old man. That's it. Fist up. We gotta fight this out. Sandra, how old are you? Let's just do a round table here.
So,
I think I lost count past 800.
hold on.
He's the grandfather.
Because, well, I don't know. It's technically, I would.
He doesn't
It's
age, though.
interesting.
504 error when you try to get his age.
Does
I don't
not
know
compute.
exactly.
Does not compute.
Let me
504
ask you:
error.
do you know when Aor blew up?
Let me think. Do I know anything?
Roll a history
You-
check.
Okay.
It is your world.
I'm just sitting here, keeping quiet, and drinking this nice glass of water.
Don't worry, Barrett. You're next.
Oh, come on, Barrett. You're French. You're enjoying a nice glass of wine.
26.
Is there wine?
Oh yeah, this place is being run by a dwarf. There's every kind of booze you could think of here.
I'll have some wine.
It's not good wine because he is a dwarf, but it's wine, you know.
You ask for wine, he responds with beer.
Here? No, he's, you know.
He's a sophisticated dwarf.
He's a fancy dwarf. But I got a 26 on the history check.
Okay, yeah, you would know when it is, which I'm not even sure of. thousands and thousands of years. We'll have to check the.
Pre-calamity. Let me just do the math real quick.
Yeah.
How old were you when you blew up? I mean, when air blew up?
He doesn't really know.
I didn't exactly keep track. I don't have a. I'd never had a normal birthday as you squishies have them.
You make me sad, bro. You make me sad.
Plus, he was damaged and shut down and then reactivated.
I was probably somewhere between 50 and 100 maybe before it blew up. I have a hazy here and there's, but that's it.
In the meantime, Barrett.
In a lot of your parts, that depends. Like, as since you're setting it, like fully setting it, so you're not like a complete robot. It's like the broom theory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've used the same broom for 50 years. How is that possible? Well, I've replaced the head 20 times and the handle 30 times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to bring that up. It's like the axe question. If you have an axe and you replace the head, and you replace the handle, and you stick it on that new head, is it the same axe? There's a lot of me that is not original.
Seem to include your heart.
Soon. Yet one more thing.
I did not stock this place with a bunch of NPC tokens and things because that really just kills.
Oh, that's right. Barrett, let me see your helmet for a little while.
Foundry, so.
Hey.
It's fine.
Alright.
It won't explode or anything.
Yeah, so you guys have the night to do any kind of prep. Stuff. You do know, yeah, Chai knows where the mummy's tomb is, and he knows what's going on there, but V seems to think that the contact on there has information that would be extremely helpful for you guys in recovering and getting in there. And with the time Chai explains what's going on is there's a bandit king of some sort that has set himself up on top of this mountain in an old temple, and the tomb of the mummy is under this temple, and all the bandit tribes in a certain area on Athos have started it's either bend the knee to this guy or you're going to get wiped out. But he seems to think that him and his people can distract them from the front while you go in through the back, and maybe you might have to take care of the bandit king, but you're not going to have to fight his hordes of bandits.
Okay, so meanwhile, while we're just killing time, I'm just going to modify Barrett's helmet a little bit so that my cannon, whenever he's in his tiny mode, can just sit on top of his helmet and lock himself in place. Kind of like what I did with my shoulder pad.
Just put some anchor points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just going to weld some things onto his helmet.
Can you do that on my pauldrons instead of my helmet, please?
His shoulder instead of the
Say
helmet.
no.
It's kind of already half done.
The helmet's too pretty. Ruins the lines.
Yeah, I think he would have stopped you before you welded on his helmet.
Yeah, I would have stopped you.
Oh, fine. I can put that on the shoulder.
I do appreciate that you didn't even ask for permission. You're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
We'd already discussed this during the fight. He said he'd wanted the kid out with him anyway. I took that as creative. What's the word I'm looking for?
Creative consent?
That.
Or no. So sorry. Implied consent.
No.
Yes.
Ronnie finishes a calculation. Oh my god. Sandra, you're 2,000 years old. I'm pretty sure you're 2,000 years old.
And I'm looking good.
He's ancient.
I'm looking good as a random bolt just falls to the floor.
Hey, now. V rebuilt him. There ain't no random bolts falling from the floor.
Alright, so
I walk behind Sunder and drop one out of my pocket. Oops.
There you go.
while we're doing this, I would like to create some fire bombs, essentially some Molotovs or something, since we've been having all these problems with these corpses that keep trying to become big, nasty demon things.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
Anybody,
like to
speaking of that, anybody that's got those coins left, you need to delete them.
Okay.
Because they're like infusion kind of things that go away. Mission specific items.
How do I bring up my character sheet without having a token on the field?
Go to the right side. The third actors directory.
There's yeah. Click on the people, then under test tube.
Aha.
Okay.
Is that something like one of you, like, is that like one of your artificer things that you can do? Make bombs?
I would assume so. I have knowledge in pretty much any tool I would think I'd need to make them. Let me go look real quick. Proficiencies. Alchemists.
Got to thinking. Maybe it's not really Nurgle. Maybe it's Skaven. Bloody rats. The rat folk.
Skaven is more.
It could be a stretch.
Yeah, when we were approaching the temple, the signs were much more plague and corruption than pestilence. If that makes sense.
True. But they do.
They're close, but they're not quite the same.
I know there's rules for this somewhere. Alchemist kit, maybe?
Yeah, I have proficiency with alchemists, tinkers, thieves, woodcarvers, smiths, and leatherworking tools. So I was thinking somewhere between like using the alchemists and the smithing tools. Like I can use the smithing stuffs to make the containers, and then the alchemists to make the fluid, the detonation, whatever I was looking for. In this case, just some like liquid propellant.
It's just making me mad because I know this is in here. Game rules. I guess it's making potions. Crafting. I'm looking on D&D Beyond and I can't find it. It's really making me mad. I'm about to give up.
What are you looking for? Making
Like
bombs?
making bombs and stuff.
It would probably be alchemy, because chemical reactions and stuff. Or tinkers. I guess it depends on how you want to interpret it.
Find alright. Is there an item that's just like a firebomb?
I know there's stuff like smoke bombs that I've seen before.
Okay, 150. So
Yeah, there's a. It's just
so
called bomb.
you've got everything here. So you can make as many, like, I'd say you'd have time to make like 5 of them, and you pay half the price. So they're 150 gold, so you'd pay 75 each.
Okay.
And then you roll, and we'll see how many of the 5 turn out. Sorry that took so long.
That's fine.
Felt like it took forever for me. I hate when I can't find something like that.
Alright, and sorry, what did you want me to roll?
I guess it would be a dexterity check with your proficiency because it's your proficient with alchemist tools. So like a tinkering,
Yeah, is there a way to do a check, or should I just like roll a 20 and then...
I just type it in. Type it in. D20 plus what's it? 5. What's your 5 proficiency right now plus whatever your dexterity bonus is.
Proficiency's 4.
You can do it right from the little thingy in the chat box.
So on an 18.
Yeah, you got four of them that you can trust. And so
I'm gonna
but
hand.
it would cost you the full price for each, for it though. Not, I mean, what was it? 75.
75.
So it'd be like 375 for all of them, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Ignore that rolls me fucking around.
Alright, so after I create them all, I'm going to come out of the workshop and very gently hand one to everybody and showing them how to use it and saying, whenever we find these annoying evil frog things, throw this at them and run away. Do not be near it. Bad news will happen.
Sounds lovely.
This is to help get rid of the bodies so afterwards we don't have to deal with those big spiky frog things.
Has its 24 hours pace.
Yeah, it's any other prep you guys wanted to do.
I'm just preparing spells.
Just preparing spells. Everything. You can't buy anything right now that's not already in stock here. Which they would have the basic stuff to do the firebomb, but because you're still cut off because of the damage that was done. By tomorrow, you should be able to beam you local, and then by the next day, you guys should, if need be, can get out of here. Completely. Alright. The next morning, you all, including Chai, are beamed down just outside of a village that, like you've been informed, Chai pretty much runs it. Like, he's not the mayor or anything, but he does what he wants here because without him, the place wouldn't exist. There we go. Like I said, I didn't put a bunch of NPCs on here because I didn't want it. It's silly if you don't have to have a token for every shopkeeper and all that when you're doing a town like this, because it'll end up killing the load time. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Huh. It didn't. I tried to activate a scene and it was activated and then it didn't move anybody for like ever. Let's try this
Should we
again.
be on the village?
Yeah. Now, everybody should be now. Alright, everybody's here but Fox. She usually takes a second.
My bad, I live halfway around the world, but it's at 99%. Should be there soon.
So is this a complete different village on the planet side, or the one that we were trying to get to?
This is the one you were trying to get to originally.
Okay, so my weapon goes in its sheath, the blade part, and Sunder, you might not want to look like a robot.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to shift myself to look like
And I put my cloak over
generic white guy.
over
Yeah.
over me.
You guys are offered like desert clothing. I think the last time they gave it to you, they would have given it to
Those poncho
Silveria
looking
too.
things.
Yeah, so I'm as part of the disguise self, I'm just gonna make myself look like the locals, clothing wise, but just same height, white. I've got a full beard, brown eyes, black hair.
You guys don't want to try to use a disguise kit on him?
Draw with Sharpie. His eyes and a smiley face.
Just write normal human on his forehead. It'll be fine.
Silvera, I don't know if you know anything about this planet, but metal is rare. People will probably kill for it. Water is extremely rare. It's like,
And so
Magic is bad. Magic
and
bad.
magic is bad.
Chai informs you where you're going is a little more loose on it because this is kind of like an outlaw city, like off from the main government. Like the government was really bad, like really really bad. Like the they call them the dragons rule, and when the one dragon died, the people that took over were a little better. Like they outlawed slavery, but they're not too much better. This is kind of like an attempt at people to get completely out from underneath that tyranny.
Is it hot?
It is extremely hot. It is
Oh.
miserably hot. It
And
is,
I'm in full plate mail
Yup.
yeah.
with a cloak around me because
You
metal.
can't- yeah.
Hey, I'm in the same boat.
This place is horrendous.
I do a little precipitation on her main chest armor to just like chill. No.
It's like, I don't know, an ice cube on a hot summer day. It helps for about 2
I'm
seconds.
trying.
And it's gone.
I'm trying.
It's very much appreciated. Thank you.
And I dance around going, so breezy.
I trip him.
So, yeah, you're in the village. Chai says that he, go ahead and try to find your friend. He doesn't know where he is. He's got things down here he needs to get taken care of because he didn't know he was going to get transported to the moon. He was just trying to see who these strangers were that showed up.
All right.
Life is unexpected. Gotta get used to it, man.
And you see, again, you see some Gith Yankee, but they look different, harder, more, I don't know how to explain it. Ravaged by
Rugged.
the rugged. Everybody's dressed in, flowing long robes. And you're on the edge of this village. You see these as you move in. You hear this horrible noise, like this screeching, and I don't even know how to explain it. The noise of these things make is absolutely horrific, coming from the paddock up ahead.
Is it emus? I try and get a closer look.
Great. She wants to pet one.
It's probably
I really hope I have these pictures.
So who are we supposed to be looking for?
Eberron Rogers.
Hmm.
A professor. Archaeologist. Don't know if he looks human or if he looks like the Gith. But
I know I downloaded these stupid things. I thought I even made characters for them.
Is it saved on your computer and not in Foundry? Or is that the same thing?
Well, I thought I made the actual, like, sheets for them. Yeah, they might be saved somewhere besides Foundry.
Happens all the time.
Today has been a very bad technical day for me.
It's okay. Computers at home.
Here we go. You see these? They look like if a turkey and a mutant dinosaur had a baby. That's what they look like right there.
It's adorable.
And there's like
For some reason, I don't see it.
It's this
Oh,
giant.
there it is. Never mind. I see it now.
and there's like a ton of them. And there, and then you see further back off the map, walled off. See if I can find. The even bigger and more dinosaur-like. You see these things.
I wonder if they use
And-
them as mounts.
And then, as I was just about to say, you see some of them have saddles, and you see wagons parked back there. And they look to be just about the right size for these things to operate as different kinds of mounts and beasts of burden. The sizes are wrong because those aren't the actual tokens; those are just tiles. So I could show you the image.
Adorable. We should totally ride with later.
As you work your way that way, you see there seems to be some kind of livestock market there. There is a guy up on a auction platform and seem to be auctioning off some of the smaller, more turkey-like animals. And then you've got like a whole street bazaar around this statue in the middle. And as you get closer, you see the statue was a dragon with 4 humanoid statues around it, and you can tell recently, not through the ages of time, this was a well-kept statue, and it has been destroyed and defaced. At one point, this may have been part of some kind of outpost for Tyr, which was the region that you told you were coming to. TYR it's like a city and the city state. It didn't just rule a city; it ruled the whole area. It was the largest one, but the Dragon of Tyr was killed.
Can I get a closer look at that statue and see, does it resemble like the dragons we're familiar with, or is it completely...
No, it doesn't. And when you get a closer look, it looks like if the guy who did the special effects in the original Dune movie from the 1980s, if he would have drawn a dragon, like it's deformed looking, like it. Make a, I don't even, make an Arcana check, Ronnie.
Okay. $28.
Okay. Yeah. It looks too humanoid. If that makes sense.
That's weird. Just
Like where the dragons that you guys are used to seeing from both of your worlds are, the typical fantasy dragon. This thing looks more like some kind of deformed human grew wings and a dragon head and a tail.
Like a draconian, but not a draconian.
Like beyond that, like almost as you're looking and studying it, it's almost grotesquely deformed into this shape. And the other statues, though, they all seem to be some kind of like priests or magicians. They are all wearing, not just like the robes that you see everybody's wearing robes. It's the desert. Like you don't wear robes, you die here. But these were like ornate, like ceremonial robes. They all look, like maybe they were some kind of magic higher caste than the other people. You were told that. Which building is it? This entire building here, there has been rented out just for you guys.
we have
Which one?
apartment.
This one here.
Okay. Well, should we ask around and see if we can't find this friend of yours?
And this place is packed. This is like there's water here. You see in the distance that there's a large oasis here. There are wagons. This seems to be like where a lot of caravans or people that can't trust going to the bigger city all come to resupply. There's this guy's like, you can smell fried meat, some kind of like breaded fried meat. You can only imagine what kind of meat it is, seeing all the creatures. And that's something else. You see other creatures. Nothing here looks like anything you've ever seen before.
Fried dinosaur. Kentucky fried dinosaur.
In fact, the name of this map is KFE.
Nice.
This is the Kentucky Fried Erdloo stand that some friends and I jokingly started in an Athos campaign.
I will definitely be trying to take a closer look at that, see if I can eat it.
It looks delicious. It smells delicious. It looks edible. I mean, it didn't. You're right next to where this guy probably bought it with the market right here.
Oh, do we remember what language they speak?
It's common, and what little bit of regional that you guys were having a problem with when you first arrived has been cleared up. Oh, yeah, we got to rewind. We forgot something. We got to rewind. Silveria, when you first walked into that conference room that you were in, there was a fishbowl on the table with a strange fish swimming around, and V's like, all right, if she's going with you guys, she's gonna need this, and kind of like just kind of gestures to you guys to explain it.
So you take it and you put it in your ear.
And
Sucks.
It's fine. It doesn't hurt.
It translates everything from every language psychically, I think.
Interesting.
It allows us
You
to
put the fish
communicate
in your ear,
telepathically.
and then yes,
It's
it
called
has
a
many
fish.
benefits attached to it. But it translates anything you hear into something that you understand, and anything you speak, it will translate into
no,
something
it doesn't.
that
It doesn't. It only works one way.
okay.
You can understand, but you cannot communicate back if it's a different language.
Okay.
Right?
Unless they also have a babble fish.
But it does let us talk with each other without actually talking. You can telepathically talk with people.
My goddess sent me to you guys. You'd send me to put that in my ear. I guess I must. And I do.
It's a little bit discerning. You can feel it swim in there. A couple minutes later, you can feel some kind of connection. And then after that, you really don't notice it. But yeah, now you guys, this eliminates you guys having to worry about, is it meta if I know this? I assume you guys are communicating through these NFI.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about,
Magic earrings.
any kind of that. You guys don't have to worry about any kind of that. It lets me, it'll also act as a kind of a long range if they need to get a hold of you when you're in the field. They can kind of thing.
Okay.
And after she puts it in, I just throw my arms up and like using that telepathy thing, I just go like, "Welcome to the club."
One of us. One of us.
Dad,
Thank you.
Yes?
while we're in the city, I'm gonna keep an eye on my belongings as I walk through the crowd, and kind of just keep an eye on the crowd with our group.
Okay. Yeah, even though, like, and you notice this, when you walked in close to the city, you were with Chai, and people, you see, like, there's no uniform, but there's definitely some people here that seem to be a lot more well-armed, and there seems to be Thrycreen spread about, and you get the feeling that you're being watched out for. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like we don't have to be on guard, or that there's
Like,
No, we are
No,
being watched.
No, that they're
They're looking
standing
out on
up for
behalf
us.
of us.
you came in with him. He's psychic, so he could have, unbeknownst to you, messaged other people, and they are, they're not going to interfere, but they're not going to let you get killed or ripped off or.
he's the boss, and we walked in with the boss.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. Shall we ask people about your friend?
That's. You guys want to make a? Well, I was going to say, does anybody want to make a perception check? But what's the fucking point? I mean, because
I could
really-
roll low.
It's really just to see if Solitaire doesn't see
rolls
it,
a natural
and
one.
if I do. That's it.
So-
Perception, you say?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is how I do it. Similar to how I guess Matt Mercer does it this way, but I have a skill check like this. You guys are allowed to make your decision among the group. One person can roll it.
Oh.
If two people have it, like proficiency in the skill, then two people can roll it, or one person can roll it with advantage. And if only one person has proficiency, then they can roll it, and then somebody without proficiency can also roll it.
All right, then discard that.
So I mean, it's up
The
to you.
the
guys.
reason why he's saying doesn't really matter is because my passive perception is 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought mine was good at 17, but then he came in with that, and I was like, well, I'm useless.
Unless I kill that monk, I'll never be able to hide anything again.
I see all the shit. All the shit.
Okay. Over by... Let me zoom in here because I don't remember what each of these are.
I want to know his bank account number. I want to know his credit card number. I want to know.
7, 6, 4.
Over here at this like random junk shop where you, as you guys are walking through the crowd, you see peek
When
through
you-
the crowd. Oh, sorry.
You pinged it, but I zoomed in, so I didn't see it.
Oh, it's right next to you, basically.
Oh.
Through
That one?
no. This actual like street vendor here. At the street vendor's booth here, yeah.
The one
Oh,
I've been
God.
trying to click, but you keep moving my fucking mouse.
Shift click. Shift click. Brings the map over.
Oh, okay. I had to open another fizzy water. All right. You see through the crowd as you guys are working your way this way, it can only be brown felt.
Brown felt?
Yep.
Like the material.
Material felt. On a hat.
What about brown felt?
A hat that looks very familiar to the hat you saw.
Archaeologist? Indiana Jones? Is he here?
Well, he should be.
I see nothing but these little white dots over here. In here.
Did you share a picture that we didn't see, maybe?
No, I was trying to pull out a token.
Oh, okay.
See him now.
And then when you get close, you realize you're pretty sure the guy you saw in that picture was human. And the images you saw. But this is what you see. And he seems to be digging through like some junk and speaking to the shopkeeper, which, speaking of, you guys were talking about the Skaven, it seems that this shopkeeper is actually a rat person. And it seems to be asking them if they know where any, this stuff was collected. Blah, 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 blah.
I gesture to the other guys, or like use the fish, be like, guys, there's a person of interest here. Unforeseen, maybe you should talk to him. Or Silvira.
Sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once.
Yeah, I figured. This guy, he's apparently a rat person.
No, not the rat. The vendor's a rat person.
Vendor's
This guy is
rat.
shopping.
He's got a funny hat.
And he's got the hat. Pretty sure, you don't see any other brown felt anywhere else on this planet so far.
That's an interesting hat you have there, friend. Hat.
Yes,
Interesting.
yes. It is. Thank you. Looks at you.
Saying my telepathic-y thing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be asking for.
If he knows any Mr. Everons. I don't know. Oh, maybe what he's doing here. What's he looking for? What the shop is.
So, what you trying to buy?
Who are you to ask? And he looks at you and
Sorry, we're new from town. We're kind of figuring things out. You were looking for a guide, and you seem the kind of guy who knows things.
Just be rolling.
You guys, you're really not from around here, are you?
No.
What gave us away?
Who are you looking for?
The guy you took that hat from.
This again. Hi. Let me introduce myself. I'm Eberron Rogers. And he sticks his hand out.
Oh, thank God. I shake his hand.
Well, this is actually kind of my vehicle right now. And the hand reaches up, pulls the hat off, pulls it, holds it out. This. Hi.
Your bike cut out.
And he says, the hat, his hand reaches up and he pulls the hat off and holds it in the two hands and then says again, hello, I'm Eberron Rogers. And the GIF is, body is just kind of like, has lost all sense of intelligence behind its eyes, and it's holding the hat and it just seems to be parroting those words. And then he puts the hat back on and he's like, it's a long, complicated story. I assume we have a fat friend in common?
You could say that. You could say that.
Do you guys have anywhere we can get off the street so we can talk?
Welcome to our humble abode. We have an apartment right behind you.
How fortuitous.
How fortuitous.
Do we?
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the fact that you're a talking hat.
Things happen. You know, I wasn't always a hat, but you know.
Did you fuck up a spell?
No.
Insight check.
I poured too much sand out of the wrong bag trying to get a relic. And I was cursed.
Is this an Indiana Jones reference?
Anyways, and he leads you, lets himself be led into the...
Oh, for crumb's sake.
Dibs on a chair.
Oh, I thought there was 5 beds in here. Oh, Solitaire. Do you sleep, Solitaire?
No, I'm an elf.
I mean, now I know you. I meant Sunderer.
I don't ever actually sleep at what's it called? They call it Sentry's Rest. I
All right,
I become still, but I'm still fully conscious.
Right, you'd be like comfortable in a chair. You wouldn't need a bed when you guys.
No, I would always be propping myself up somewhere where I can keep an eye on the entrances to wherever we are.
Right. And he's like, "What?"
Let's be honest. The way that Rainey's been riding him recently, they'd be fine in a bed together.
Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Great. Now I'm gonna have to kill 2 party members.
I'm speechless.
You already let me die once.
It'll happen again. Don't you worry.
And he's like,
He is a robot. He doesn't get tired.
Okay, we're having this serious conversation with the talking hat. We can find out if Thunder has a vibrating feature later.
That's it. So, Vyra, can you help me kill all of these people?
You have to. You put them under the mattress, and then you stick silver pieces in, and the whole bed vibrates. It's like a cheap motel room. All right. Anyway, sorry.
I've had
You're gonna
decades. You guys
broke
have
me.
no idea what kind of modifications I have.
For fuck's sake.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Encourage them.
They have
Do encourage
attachments.
them. Oh, god damn it.
Oh shit. All right. So, he's like, you guys get in.
Meanwhile, during this conversation,
He
our imaginary
explains-
hat
he-
friend is very confused why everybody's talking about me. Because he still doesn't know I'm metal.
Oh yeah. I didn't do one for you. Oh, you're behind spell, aren't you?
Yeah, I did the disguise self thing. That's why I said, like, I'm still my same height and everything, but I just look like a white guy with a full beard and black hair.
Right, yeah. So yeah, he doesn't have anything as far as you know, yeah, he just thinks you're a weird looking dude. So he hasn't reacted to he's like, what? Okay. How long does that oh no. You were given, because of you being a robot, they gave you the
Yeah, you said I got a
hat
special
of-
hat thing.
like a hat of disguise
Yeah.
kind of worked in.
Some extra fun stuff to make sure I wouldn't just get torn apart and scavenged.
Yeah, he just rebuilt you. He did not want you to get, or mostly rebuilt you. Does not want you to get torn apart before he finishes. All right, yeah. So he says, "Well, obviously, they think it's a funny joke. Nobody bothered to tell you I was a hat, did they? Vulcan's an asshole.
He's
That
the
we can
talking-
agree on, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, Vulcan's an asshole. He
he's a
thinks it's
unique
hilarious.
personality.
I mean, I can see the humor behind it.
Yeah, I was down here, doing some research, some investigation. These asshole elves killed me. Well, killed the body I was using. So I had to take one of those elves and take their body, and then wait till another bandit, and then killed, like, the two bandit groups were fighting, and then another one got killed, and luckily this one was like the last one alive. So I made my way back here. It's ridiculous. All my research is gone. I had all kinds of notes about this world, and it was all stolen by those damn bandits.
Shall we get it back?
That
Think
would
these
be
notes
great.
are important.
Well, now it's my turn to ask some questions. Why are you here?
To get this Tin Man's heart.
Heart.
At which point, I just dropped the disguise self thing.
Oh, whoa!
So now I'm 7 foot
Okay,
tall,
okay.
300 plus pounds
Right.
of robot.
All right, the vibration
Go for
thing
the
makes sense. That makes sense.
Detachments.
Yes. Yeah.
And she says that deadpan, like, there's no, no, I just assumed.
I hate all of you.
Okay. This is making a little more sense. Now, what kind of heart do you need?
Mummy heart.
Has to become from a mummy lord.
All right.
We were told that you knew something about this.
Yes. He of the four elements that sleeps under the mountain. Coincidentally, same damn bandits killed me.
Perfect. So now you know a lot about them then.
Well, we went back to the main camp, and then we went on a raid that didn't go so well when we tried to raid another group of bandits that wouldn't bend the knee. I didn't even get a look at this King on the Mountain guy.
But you have some idea where he is?
Well, I assume on top of the mountain this giant bandit camp was around. Yeah.
Shocking.
I think the more important question is, you can get us in.
If we can find my notebooks, I think I can get us past the traps. Because this place, from what I read, this guy didn't want anybody coming down there and disturbing him.
Traps. Like, what kind of traps are we talking about?
Well, see, here's the problem.
I guess you wrote down your notes so you didn't have to remember.
Exactly.
I think I've heard that before somewhere.
So what did these notebooks look like?
Well, they were, leather and had paper inside of them.
Any
special
distinguishing
symbols?
marks?
Labels?
Well, one of them, the one with the translations in it, had a ER on it. Look, if you guys are going after him, I'm going with you. Like, when I translate stuff, I don't care who you are. Nobody can break my code but me.
So do you know an idea where they might be? Or...
Everything gets hauled to that camp, and from what I can see, everything of any value or interest gets hauled up the mountain as tribute to the King on the Mountain.
So how far away is this camp from here?
It took me like a week because I was on foot, but if we had like a good team and everything, we'd probably get there in a couple days.
So in other words, we need to buy those bird things.
If you remember, Chai said that he has a plan. He knows where this is at too. Like this guy's a problem, and they've been trying to work out how to deal with the problem. Anyways, so this is all kind of like tied in. Like, oh well, this is great. These guys need to go there. I want that guy dead because he's raiding. They're trying to start a new legitimate civilization, and this guy's
fucking
fucking everything up with these bandit raids. They're now that they're all getting braver and braver because they think they're under protection of this powerful entity.
We could ask Chai for help.
Well, that's what he went to do. He's like, you guys go try to find your friend. I got you an apartment.
It's gonna get a sweet ride.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so Chai will get us to this encampment. We have to get in and find this notebook, and Eberron is going to translate it for us, if I'm understanding everything correctly.
Now we get in the mountain, kill the person there. Can't go hard, I think.
Try not to die to any traps.
You don't have to try too hard.
Okay, so about this time, Chai comes back, explains, basically what's going to happen is you're going to go with some of his people. This is going to show you a back way that they've discovered up this mountain, while him and some heavy hitters are going to hit the front village, like the main bandit encampment, and try to wipe them, as many of them out as they can, while you guys lead a sneak attack kind of assassination takeover of the main fortress. And what there's, like I said, there's an old temple and, like, you know, maybe like a village on top of there. He said this thing's an abomination. He tries to describe it to you that the king over the mountain is like a giant, but with a beast head. And
Does this beast have like horns?
No, it's they don't have jackals here, but they do have gnolls. And he said it looks like a naked gnoll, giant naked gnoll with a furry head, like a body of a human with a gnoll's head.
Strange.
And that the main entourage of, you know, that you're probably going to have to deal with is going to be gnolls and maybe some other giants, because there are other giants that are working with him. But the front camp is like thousands of bandits.
Sounds simple enough.
And it is midnight.
Yes.
So I think we'll call it there.
Right.
Sorry for all the technical difficulties. I didn't think we were going to get off of... I thought we were going to get off of the moon and stop. I had some of this, like, pre-prepped, but I didn't have it, like, set up like a checklist like I usually do for, like, everything. So